Produced by J.O.
I got 80 on me. Got 80 on you. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. I got the 80 on me. Got the 80 on you. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. I got 80 on me. Got 80. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the can. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the can. In the cannon. There's 80 books in the can. I got 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. I got that 80 on 1611. 80 books in the can. 1611. 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 80 books in the cannon. Let's get it. I got the 80 on 1611. Got 80 in the can. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. I got 80 in the can. 1611. I got the 80 on. Got the 80 on. I got 80 in the can. 80 in the can. Got the KJV. 1611. 1611. I got 80 on 1611. Got an 80 in the can. In the cannon. I got 80 on. Got 80 on. There's 80 books in the can. In the cannon. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611. 1611.
All right. Shalom, family, shalom. I'm your Captain Samson Juan.
And I'm Officer Asher.
And we about to bring you this week's Wednesday Wisdom class. The water for logging in with us here at the Light of Zion. We're about to dive into, as you can see, the title, Procrastination and Hesitation. These are some of the things that Israel have that we got to break out of. But we're going to go ahead and dive right into it. Let's get started with Colossians chapter 3, verse 17. Colossians. What's that, new Bible?
This is the book of Colossians chapter 3, verse 17.
Okay.
And whatsoever ye do in word or deed, do all in the name of Mashiach Yahushua, giving thanks to our one and the Father by him.
So whatever we do in our words or our deeds, we always going to give thanks to the power that's in heaven in the name of a Mashiach Yahushua, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. So let's go ahead and get started. Again, we're dealing with procrastination and hesitation. We got to get a story. We're going to dive into the story real quick. We're going to pull out some stuff from that. Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 19. Yeah, let's dive straight in that first. This is a story dealing in the Old Testament where the children of Israel was supposed to do something, but they hesitated. When they went to go do it later, they got murked because you didn't do it when the Most High told you to do it. Right. Now, this is Wednesday Wisdom. We're supposed to be taking everything we learn in the scriptures and applying it to everyday life. So the people try to wait for the so-called New Year to have a New Year's resolution. Like, oh, that's what I'm going to do it then. I'm going to go ahead and start getting my workout in then. Or I'm going to start doing my Pilates. And, oh, I'm going to take that cooking class. Or, oh, I'm going to do this. I'm going to open up that business this time. Now is the time. Get it while the getting is good. Do not hesitate. Stop procrastinating with your time. Time is one of the things you cannot get back. We walk around with watches on our wrists, thinking that we can control time and own time, but you can't own time. You cannot get your time back. Utilize it while you have it. Let's get it.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1, verse 19.
Go ahead.
And when we departed from Horeb, we went through all the great and terrible wilderness, which he saw by the way of the mountain of the Amorites.
Yep.
And the Most High, our power, commanded us, and we came to Kadesh Barnea. And I said unto you, ye are come unto the mountain of the Amorites,
Yep.
which the Most High, our power, doeth give unto us.
The Most High gave us our time. The Most High give us these things. What are we going to do with it? Keep going up.
Behold, the Most High, thy power, hath set the land before thee. Go up and possess it, as the Most High power of thy fathers hath said unto thee. Fear not, neither be discouraged.
Yep.
And ye came near unto me, every one of you, and said, we will send men before us, and they shall search us out the land, and bring us word again by what way we must go up, and into what cities we shall come. And the saying pleased me well, and I looked, and I took 12 men of you, one of a tribe,
Yep.
and they turned and went up into the mountain and came unto the valley of Eshcol and searched it out.
So you sent out 12 brothers, and they searched out the land. Keep going.
And they took the fruit of the land in their hands,
Yep.
and brought it down unto us, and brought us word again, and said, it is a good land which the Most High our power do giveth us.
Yep.
Notwithstanding, ye would not go up.
Then what?
Notwithstanding, ye would not go up.
So the Most High said, y'all can have this, but y'all said, no, I don't want that. And that's what we do today. The Most High give us these things, and we have yet to say we don't want these things. We are in captivity, but that does not mean that you cannot have a piece of the kingdom right now.
Right.
You have to work for it. You have to go get it. But that don't mean you sit around and you wait for stuff to happen. You got to go make things happen. It's only going to be allowed in the will of the Most High if you succeed at what you're succeeding at. Keep going.
Okay. Notwithstanding, ye would not go up, but rebelled against the commandment of the Most High your power.
They did what?
But rebelled against the commandment of the Most High your power.
Yep.
And ye murmured in your tents and
Not
said,
only did you disobey him, you murmured, you talked. Keep going.
in your tents and said, because the Most High hated us, he hath brought us forth out of the land of Egypt to deliver us into the hand of the Amorites, to destroy us.
Now, the Most High done gave you food from heaven. He done showed you all kind of miracles. You done got water from rocks. You done seen what the Most High can do for you.
This man parted the whole entire sea
The sea
for him to walk
separated.
through.
Separated. So that means you literally got to see a tidal wave on two sides of the water the whole back. But yet y'all say, nah, you don't love us. If he didn't love you, he would have drowned you right then and there.
That would have been the perfect
done with it.
that would have been the perfect opportunity for him to do
But
that.
that's our people for you. Keep going, King.
Right. Whether shall we go up? Our brethren have discouraged our hearts, saying, the people is greater and taller than we.
Yep.
The cities are great and walled up to heaven. And moreover, we have seen the sons of the Anakims there.
Yep.
Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Most High, your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you.
He what?
He shall fight for you.
So a lot of battles we go into thinking that we have to do it. No, the Most High is going to fight our battles. Even in this day and age, the Most High will fight our battles for us if we do what he told us to do. It's hinged on the contingent plan. We got to fulfill our part. He will fulfill his part. That's it. Keep going.
Good. The Most High, your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
So the same stuff he did in Egypt, and that was a powerful nation as well.
Right.
They chasing you on chariots, horses. What's the other thing they had? I call that a chariot. Keep going.
Right. Then I said unto you, dread not, neither be afraid of them. The Most High, your power, which goeth before you, he shall fight for you, according to all that he did for you in Egypt before your eyes.
Yep.
And in the wilderness, where thou hast seen how the Most High, thy power, bare thee as a man doeth bear his son.
Yep.
And all that ye went until ye came into this place. Yet in this thing ye did not believe the Most High your power, who went in the way before you to search you out a place to pitch your tents in fire by night, to show you by what way you should go, and in a cloud by day.
So the Most High literally set a fire before you. It's at nighttime. It ain't no light poles in Egypt. You feel me?
Right.
You out in the wilderness. And if you ever been in the forest, if you ever stayed in the country, anywhere like that, when it's dark,
pitch black.
It's pitch black.
You can't see nothing.
You talking about that old saying, you can't see your hand in front of your face. And that's what a white part turned to you. That's how dark it be. You ever traveled down the highway, especially on one of them dark roads, and it's at night? Y'all done do it when y'all go to Lee County. You look forward, you see light. But if you turn around and look at that bad, all you see is pitch black. The red lights from the back tail lights ain't even enough light. But the Most High literally said, I lit your way by fire. And how many people was it? That's 600,000 plus people walking. And you got to see the fire. It became daytime and the sun was scorching hot. But he gave you a cloud to shield you from the sun.
A shade.
That followed you.
Can you imagine that?
You walking.
It's a cloud follow you as you walk.
Like, what the hell? But yet he brought you out here to get killed by some tall people.
Right.
A bunch of y'all means and shacks.
Right.
Just do you in right now. Right. Come on, man. Let's go.
And the Most High heard the voice of your words and was wroth and swear, saying, surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation see that good land.
And that's the key part right there. Read that part again.
Surely there shall not one of these men of this evil generation.
Hey, what?
Evil generation.
And the same thing goes now. We have an evil generation amongst us. 2/3 of our people must die in order for the 1/3 to see the kingdom. Right. Same thing was going on then. It was more than 2/3, you feel me? Because out of the 12, only 2 was able to see the land.
Do you know how bad?
That's 1/6.
That's crazy, man.
But if it would have been 4 of them, that would have been your 2/3. That's the 1/3 making it. The other 2/3 are gone.
And mind you, their children went into the land. Not fully grown adults. Children went into the land.
Yep. Led by who? Keep reading.
Come on. Save Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, he shall see it, and to him will I give the land that he hath trodden up, and to his children, because he hath wholly followed the Most High.
And that's the thing. When you follow what the Most High tells you to do, the world is your oyster.
Right.
But we must do what he asks us to do.
Right.
And again, we can't be out here procrastinating and hesitating.
Right.
What you got for me?
Because I was going to say, like, this is a prime example of how hesitating can make you lose a great opportunity.
Yes.
You know, hesitating, if you take too long, rather than just taking that first step and moving, you could finesse your own stuff out of position. Out of position.
Tell them again.
You can finesse. If you hesitate, you can finesse your own stuff out of position. You know what I'm saying?
5 and 7.
Come on. That's the importance. That's why we pulled that precept out, is to show you that we shouldn't hesitate.
And that's another thing. Again, we walk through this life wanting to do things. Ain't nothing gonna happen until we put our foot down and go do it. We got to do it. It ain't nothing to it,
right?
But to do it,
and also for even what we was just reading, also, what I also got from that as well is that you shouldn't have fear of the bad thing or what's going to happen, what could happen. You know, if you have the Most High on your side, you should automatically know that, oh, I may go through these obstacles, but I know the Lord is by my side. He's not gonna let me fall on my face.
That part.
You know, if you're doing what you got to do for the Most High gonna carry you all the way through it to the end. You know what I'm saying?
And that's one of the things we got to make sure we put ourselves in a good position. And the only way to put yourself in a good position is by doing something. There's a lot of people that say they probably want this type of job or they want to do this, but they're sitting back and they waiting for something to happen so they can go get that.
Right.
You can't wait for something to happen. You got to put yourself in position and go get it. Read that for me.
This is the book of Sirach. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. I don't know why I jumped. The pages are stuck together. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 5 and verse 7. Make no tarrying to turn to the Most High.
Do what?
Make no tarrying to turn to the Most High.
Now, we talk to people that be in the streets, and as we teach, and people like to say, I want to wait till I get myself together before I come serve the Lord.
Right.
I can't be serving the Lord, and I know I'm doing this.
Right.
There's no better time to serve the Lord. Why are you doing that? At least you got your foot in the game.
Right.
You doing something to make a move. But again, Wednesday wisdom class is for taking everything you learn and applying it to everyday life. People, like I said before, people wait for the new year to go say, I'm about to hit the gym so I can get right. Do not wait for that. Oh, I'm about to build this up before I go do that. No, go do it now. What you waiting for? Idle time, the devil plays with your idle time if you just sitting around doing nothing.
Right.
Finish that off.
Make no tarrying to turn to the Lord. And put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Most High come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed.
In the security thou shalt be destroyed, because you done waited.
Basically, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, wait, go ahead.
Basically, when you get comfortable, when you feel comfortable and you feel relaxed, that's when the Most High gonna come after you. You know what I'm saying?
Complacent.
Well, yeah, when you get complacent, you stagnated or you just hit the pause button.
You think you're in a comfortable position,
right,
so you can be on cruise right now.
Rather than you being on the gas, you on the brakes, or you got the car in neutral, letting it roll.
Yeah, that part.
You don't want to do that.
So we got to make sure we not out here hesitating to do what we have to do.
Right.
Give me Sirach 7:15.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 15.
And the reason I'm going to this, because a lot of people sit around not wanting to work. Matter of fact, before you get that, get me Genesis 3:19. Grab that one for me before you grab that. Because we sit around and we wait. We don't want to work. We wait for that good job to come around. So while we wait for that good job to come around, we will sit at home. Instead of going to go get a job at, I hate to say it, I don't want to say McDonald's, but Burger King, Chipotle, any one of these fast food, Wendy's, you feel me? Get something so you can start building something. Read that for me.
There's a book of Genesis chapter 3, verse 19.
In
the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread.
By the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread. Meaning you got to get out here and work to eat. You don't work, you don't eat. It's not good to live a beggar's life.
Right.
We need to stop eating again. Hesitation. We trying to wait for the good thing to come around. But until the good thing come around, we going asking everybody around us for something. I got a coworker. Son want to work, but he hesitant to go into work. Here she goes. She talking to me, talking about, yeah, I got a friend. He said he'll give him a job, but he want $250. So she was about to put the $250 up, and I looked at her. You better not do that, because you put $250 up, and he go to work one day and then say, I don't want to do it no more. You out of $250. She's like, yeah, right. I will be out of $250.
Right.
Let him get up off his behind and get that $250.
Find the $250. And then
you gonna get the $250 about it. I ain't gonna say by any means.
Because then it's gonna make it that much sweeter when you got when you can say I grinded it out $250, I paid the $250, and now I'm up. Now I'm making $250,000. You know what I'm saying?
Anything is possible. You feel
Anything is possible.
The same thing goes with. See, I'm in the security field. You need that 250 to get that first license, and another 250 to get that G to carry that firearm, and stuff sometimes costs if you want to put yourself in a position to work. I always thought like, hey, why I gotta pay you to get this? But it takes money to make money.
Right.
I hate to say it, but again, if to get it, you might have to go get that part-time job over here to build it up. And when you get it, now you understand the sweetness behind it.
That's why if you even look at how colleges and trade schools operate, you basically have to pay in order to, you basically have to pay them in order for you to get a higher level paying job, a better paying job than you would just working a little average job. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this is the thing, is you bring up college. Believe it or not, there's a lot of trades out here that pay more than getting that college degree.
Right.
It just all depends on what do you want to do. Some people trade jobs, or not trade jobs, but college jobs might put you in a position where you're not sweating that hard at work.
Right.
But guess what? You might need that sweat at work, because when you sit down, and again, being at these jobs, you can be complacent.
Yeah.
Because when you sit down all day, guess what happens to your body?
Start gaining weight.
You gain weight, stuff spreads. I hate to say it like that, but for a person that sits down on their behind all day, guess what they get? The wide butt. Because you sitting down on your butt all day.
Yeah, got the wide load.
So, but that's one of the things. If we do get a job where we're going to sit down all day, guess what you got to do when you get off? You got to go hit that gym.
Right.
You got to work out to keep your body in good health. And that's one of the other things dealing with procrastination. A lot of people say they want to put their body in good health, but we don't want to. We will sit around and look and do everything else up under the sun instead of let's go get it. Next week, I might do a class on that, health and all that. See if I can get a brother in here that's good in that health department on the chat and see what he can talk about that could get us motivated. We might be in here. You want to do the Wednesday Wisdom, going through some exercises for him? Because, hey, that's what we've been on now. Because as we see, as soldiers for the Most High, guess what we got to do?
Be on point.
We have to be on point. Because having feast days once a month,
it'll get you. It'll
Yes.
start adding up after a while.
We have feasts.
Yeah.
We have a feast every Shabbat. The sisters be bringing in beautiful food, and then that once a month, where we have a whole spread where they talk about you eat regular. You feel me? You might get you a 4-5 portions, but imagine having Thanksgiving once a month. That's our feast days be.
Yeah.
They be Thanksgiving feast every month.
And then don't let it be a high holy day. It's over. Don't let it be a Passover. Don't let it be a Feast of Tabs. Don't let it be.
Don't let it be none of those things.
Don't let it be one of them. Memorial blowing of the trumpets. It's over.
Yep.
It's over, man. All that hard work you put in for that whole month go out that door.
So that means you gotta get it extra hard. You gotta go extra hard for it. I'm trying to find something real quick, because as I just thought about this,
because and the reason why we talking about fitness is because, we sit down as soldiers and we really take the time and consider what we're doing and how we're operating, and it'll look crazy, right? It'll look crazy, you say you're a soldier, you're a brother at camp, and it's a group of brothers or bugged out Jake or even other nations, and they step to you the wrong way. And you trying to diffuse the situation as much as you possibly can, and next thing you know, one of your captains gets swung on.
yes.
Now the whole camp is in a fight. Now it'll look crazy as heck that you fighting, and you see your brother on the ground getting stomped out, and you can't do nothing because you too tired or you don't have enough strength to get this one guy to subdue this one dude to help your brother out. It'll look crazy, right?
Very crazy.
Like, or it'll look crazy that you probably getting stomped out because you're tired. You only could go for like 30 seconds, 25 seconds within the fight. And now the brothers watching you get stomped out. You don't want to look like that. Or you don't want to get slumped or get slammed on your head. And now everybody got it on camera. Now you get posted. Yeah, now you getting posted all over WorldStar and YouTube and Facebook and stuff.
What happened to them?
This is the Israelites. This is the Israelites y'all was talking about. These brothers that was yelling at camp, getting dropped on their head. That look crazy, man.
Oh man.
So we don't want to end up like that. That's getting physical. If you're a soldier, even if you're a brother or a sister, getting in shape is very beneficial. It helps with your mental state, your spiritual state. It helps you grow a lot more than just sitting there not doing nothing. Because idle, like you give room for the devil to play when you have an idle mind. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
When you sitting there, it could be for 2-3 hours. You start letting the devil room, start overthinking too much. Now you're in the dark part of your brain. Now it's getting to you. Now it's taking a toll. Now you might do something that you don't want to do. You might come up with a deceitful thought and let it slip. And you'd be like, oh, maybe I could act out on this.
Darn it, man.
But you got it or no?
No, I was trying to send something to myself. For there you go. I might have tried to send it over there. But yeah, Genesis 3:19. Finish that off.
Oh, I was going to another precept.
Yeah, finish that off.
No,
I got it now.
I
got it.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 19. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 3, verse 19. And the sweat of thy face thou shalt eat bread, till thou return unto the ground.
Until thou return to the ground. Keep going.
For out of it was thou taken, for dust thou art
to return.
Thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
So that's one of the things that we bringing out today. Hold on, I'm trying to put this over here real quick.
Like even for me, like I still like, I'm not gonna say I'm perfect. I'm still trying. Like I'm trying to, as a man, I'm trying to be perfect. You know what I'm saying? So like even with me, like work, like this precept, like you gotta work until you return onto that ground. That means you gotta constantly stay busy. And like I'm not perfect with that. Like being constantly busy, like doing the work or getting physical or anything like that. Like I'm just now like getting right physically. I'm trying to get my workouts in with my Captain Samson on. Like I know I'm not perfect. I'm gonna say it and admit it. You know what I'm saying? This is I'm still working on this as well. So as we teach, we still perfecting ourselves as well as trying to perfect the brothers and sisters too. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna sit up here and try to fake the funk like we got it all.
Pointing the finger.
Yeah, pointing the finger like we got it all together. You know what I'm saying? One finger at
yourself.
Right.
Back right. At you.
Take the mold out your eye. You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm rubbing my eye. Right?
Take the mold out your eye.
Try to rub my eye.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So as we teaching y'all, we also teaching ourselves to be better, applying the scriptures, to be better, to apply these scriptures and to move forward and be a better Israelite as well as being a better person. You know what I'm saying? So I agree with that.
Give me Sirach now. Back to 5 and 7. 7 and 15.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 7 and verse 15. Hate not laborious work.
Do what?
Hate not laborious work.
So there's a place for it, laborious work, because it keeps the body moving. Keep going.
Neither husbandry.
That's working in the fields. Keep going.
Which the Most High hath ordained.
The Most High ordained these things. Keep reading for me, King.
Number not thyself among the multitude of sinners.
Yep.
But remember the wrath. Remember that wrath will not tarry long.
The wrath ain't going to be sitting around idle either.
Right.
The wrath of the Most High. When the wrath of the Most High come, it's coming to get you.
Right.
Keep going.
Verse 17. Humble thy soul greatly. For the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms.
And we don't want to be part of that fire and worms. So what we got to do, be part of the righteous. We got to handle ourselves in that aspect. And like the brother was saying, sometimes you have to sit down and evaluate yourself.
Right.
Be truthful with yourself. We all can get out there and get it. I'm looking at these motivational videos in a sense, you feel me, with little themes that come with it. But this is I can't say it because a lot of people are going to say, look, but this is the year that everybody should be getting it in. As what's the name just had, what you call it last night? Your boy Biden. He just had, I think it was last night, the State of the Union address. We don't have the most jobs in 2 years than any president done had in 4. 14 million jobs, he said he created. Not knowing that a lot of these jobs being created is entrepreneurship.
Right.
I got a couple of people online right now dealing with entrepreneurship. So we got to get it. A brother came to me at work. Oh, man, I'm selling this, I'm selling that. Well, dude, I don't eat that, you know. Oh, no, I got it in chicken too. Sauce. I don't know if you know about sauce. Sauce is a Judite thing.
Really?
You feel me? Yeah. I might make some chicken sauce for a new moon so y'all can really see what it's all about. You feel me?
Right.
But brother, I said, all right, man, I'll look out for you. How much you charge you? What? Come on, man. Oh, yeah, man, you know, people raving about this.
Right.
No, they're not. There's nobody that's coming around here. You're not. I don't see a line standing up around you right now. But I said, oh, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and look out for you. Look out, because I had a couple of brothers at the job buy shirts from me.
Right.
So I said, all right, cool. I'll dig it. Ate it. No, this is not where it's at. It almost was like some chicken broth. I'm like, dude, and it had a bunch of salt in it on top of it. So, but I shot him his money, but I was like, yeah, that's not where it's at.
I think what you should have did was give him a little bit of feedback on the food.
Oh, I am.
He knows, so he could perfect it. So
yeah,
he could get it on
It's
point.
gonna be hard to perfect that, though, boy.
Man, he tried, man. He tried. At least he put his foot to the plow, man. At least
he trying, but you know, because this is the thing. We stay in South Florida. Excuse me.
Right.
We stay in South Florida. There's a brother selling sauce in Pompano. He's selling pork sauce, chicken sauce. He don't got oxtail sauce, but he making chicken and pork sauce. Truly, we know pork is off.
Right.
But the brother is making a killing. The line
be wrapped around.
He just parked at some parking lot. You feel me? He showed how he got big pans of this stuff. So the man is putting his work in. You feel me? But people see that. Oh, I could do that too, and they go out and try to make chicken sauce, but it ain't the same, man. But keep reading for me.
Verse 17. Humble thy soul greatly, for the vengeance of the ungodly is fire and worms. Change not a friend for any good by no means.
Yep.
Neither a faithful brother for a gold of Ophir.
Oh, Slop, that's it on that.
Yeah,
that's it on
yeah.
that. Sirach 14.
But I also wanted to talk about that husbandry. Being a farmer. If you ever look at these Wild West Texas cowboys on TV or whatever, if you really look, they do some very laborious work.
Yeah, it's
a lot of work that they go into, and they don't even have a job, mind you. All their sole purpose, their drive, their motivation is keeping that farm up and running at all times. Maintenance work. Yeah. If they sometimes they gotta go cut the hooves. They have to dull down the hooves because the hooves got too long, or a cow ends up getting turf foot. I call it turf foot, where the cavity of the hoof start rotting out. They got to clean that out. Yep. That take an all-day process. Get an iron, put the iron to the hoof, put the nails in. Watch out for the cow to even kick him in the face because he can end up getting killed.
Horseshoe.
Yeah, or horseshoe. He got to go deal with the donkeys. He got to go make sure that the fence post over on the west side, which is like 2-3 miles down, he got to go pull that up, put the cable wires, and put it back in the ground. That's an all-day work. Yeah, hard laborious work. And he do that every day consistently.
And that's what the men of Israel are. That's why he compares to husbandry. Because
Right.
of all the work. Hence, what's the key part of that? Husband.
Right.
This is what our job is, to go do all these things. It's the reason why, like he just said, it's laborious work. They said the harvest is plentiful, but the laborers are few. Why is that? Because there's a lot of people that can get out here and get it and get saved, but what are we doing? I'm gonna say this because you just brought that up. I just looked at an article today on this.
Right.
How about, you know what the number one thing that the Mexican cartel is trying to go ahead and take over now?
What?
The avocado industry.
So you know about this too, then? Okay, all praise.
The gringos. How you stop selling drugs? Say, boy, we about to go take over this avocado
bro. It's something serious, man.
$1 billion in avocados.
They're not playing. They are
$1
not
billion in avocados.
Yeah, man.
A spot in Mexico, and they ship it to around the world.
Right.
They going out talking about, hey, we about to have a party for you. What that mean? That means we about to kill you and take your land.
Yeah.
Mind you, all they're gonna do is take the land, the few avocados you got on it right then, send it off, and we about to take somebody else's land. You're not even gonna stay there and continue to labor over this land. You feel me? So the next harvest of avocados can grow in. So this one dude who talking, this dude saying, I gotta pay this cartel to protect me from this cartel. This is crazy. Protection money. But Ciroc, 14 and 20 for me.
Good. 14 and 20. It's the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 20.
Okay.
As the proud hate humility, so
Ciroc, 14 and 20.
Oh, Salah. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 20.
You're gonna seek the wisdom. Hold up. Before we do that, I gotta pause for this little break. Family, it's only a few on, but hey, we about to do this real quick. I'm gonna play it now, and I'm also play this at the end. So I'm gonna put myself to the side. We about to go ahead and handle this. Watch this real quick.
Standing tall, looking good, just like an Israelite should. That's what's happening, family. It is that time again. Passover time. Passover in South Florida. I'm your Chief Minister Shadamar for the Light of Zion, and I got with me the captain of captains, Captain Amawad Bunloya Bun Yasharala, and we're cordially inviting all Hebrew Israelite born to celebrate the Lord's Passover with the Light of Zion, April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, the exact venue is to be announced, but we want the family to get prepared to come down to South Florida, the Fort Lauderdale area, and enjoy the Passover with your brothers and sisters at the Light of Zion. The contact information is below on the screen. Call that number, email that address, and we will get the information, the details, the pricing, and everything to you right away. But we are hosting the Lord's Passover here in South Florida with the Light of Zion and all the families that are down here. Kwam Yasharala.
All right, family. I had to do that quick announcement. Had Powerful Chief do that real quick. Darn, I got to send myself to Eventbrite because we got an Eventbrite that you can get your tickets at. Darn, it's almost on my other phone, but I'm gonna put that in the description at the end of the class. I'm gonna play the video again. Is that you're gonna be seeing this video pop up? We got other videos as well that's talking about the Passover again. April 2nd, make sure you make it here. The event, we got the event. It's the same place we had the Feast of Dedication at down in darn, I forget the name of the hotel. I forget the name of that goddamn hotel. It's a nice hotel too. It was a beautiful hotel.
It's a weird name.
It's a name. It's like Bear Harbor.
Or something like that.
Some wild, but again, beautiful hotel. The rooms are gorgeous. It's set back in the day. It's a lot. It's set back in the old type hotel. One of the sisters online was telling me about it. We was talking about it. So yeah, check it out. April 2nd, Passover. Grab that scripture for me, King.
It's the book of Sirach, chapter 14 and verse 20.
Come.
Blessed is the man that doeth meditate good things in wisdom.
Yep.
And he that reasoneth of holy things by his understanding.
And that reasonable reason of the holy things, you got to reason with the holy things, dealing in your understanding. You got to meditate. Again, this is something you got to do. You can't say, you know what, I'm going to meditate on the word tomorrow. Oh, next week is a better day because the stars lining up. So that's when I'm going to hesitate. Not hesitate, but that's when I'm going to meditate on the words of the Most High. Meditate on the words of the Most High, even while you at work. Try to meditate on it while you sleep. You feel me? It does powerful things to your psyche and to your soul when you put these kind of things around you. Keep reading.
He that considereth her ways in his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets.
And that's one of the things. You got to consider the ways of the Most High, of the wisdom. The water ox for the name of the the water for the name of the hotel. I think that's it. Chateau Margolf Resort. That's a powerful sister right there too, man. The water again. So I done lost track of thought because I saw that pop up real quick. Read that part again for me.
Verse 21. He that considereth her ways in his heart shall also have understanding in her secrets.
He that considereth the ways of her ways, the ways of the Most High, the ways of wisdom. Wisdom will open up the secrets of what the Most High have in store for us and the understanding of the word and the commandments. Keep going for me.
Verse 22. Go after her as one that traceth.
That one that what?
As one that traceth.
So the same way you go out and you seek all these other things, seek after the Most High like that, seek after the wisdom like that. Keep reading.
And lie in wait in her ways.
You lie and you wait in her ways. So whatever you see the ways of wisdom are, that's what you waiting on.
Right.
That's how you're going to live your life. It's almost like you stocking wisdom. You sitting in the bushes waiting on wisdom. Where wisdom at? There you go. Bye. I'm following you wherever you go. Carmen Sandiego. You remember that show, Carmen Sandiego? You hunting down wisdom like it's Carmen Sandiego. Keep reading, Doc.
Good. Verse 22. Verse 22. Well, 22. Go after her as one that traceth, and a lie in wait in her ways.
Yep.
He that prieth in at her windows shall also hearken at her doors.
So the one that's peeping in at wisdom, you climbing through the window, you knocking on the door. This is how you treating wisdom.
Let me in.
That's a stalker. You
You
stalking wisdom.
Let me in.
If a lot of us did this, imagine how our communities would be. Oh man, it's powerful, man. Keep reading, man.
Good. He that doeth lodge near her house shall also fasten a pin in her walls.
Come on, man. You at Wisdom House and you want to put pins up everywhere. You hanging stuff up.
Let me hang this up for you, sister. Let me
do this.
Let
for
me
you.
do that for
you.
you.
You working
I
with
got
wisdom.
You. I got you.
This laborious work you're doing now because it ain't just going to come to you. You got to do something to get the wisdom.
And then realize how every precept, he's not in the house. You're not in the house. You're just trying to get in. You're trying your very best. Everything you're doing is trying to get in this house, but you're doing different type of acts in order to get into this house of wisdom.
Yep. And this is one of the things that we have to do. And that's you can't hesitate when you want wisdom.
Right.
You can't procrastinate when you want wisdom. You have to go get it. Everything in this life, if you want something, they tell you, be a go-getter. You feel me? But the main thing we should go and get first is that wisdom, and everything else will be bestowed unto us.
Right. He that doeth lodge near her house shall also fasten a pin in her walls.
Yep.
He shall pitch his tent nigh unto her, and shall lodge in a lodging where good things are.
You lodging where good things are. You trying to dwell where the good things are at. Now, people try to say, oh, that's why I move out of the hood. But mind you, if there's no light in the hood, all the hood is ever going to have is darkness.
Right.
So it's almost a twofold when it comes to staying in the hood. I hate to say it.
Right.
You feel me? Because you're gonna have to watch these crazy people. But if you're doing what the Most High wants you to do, you're safe. Keep going.
Come on. Verse 26. He shall set his children under her shelter.
So even your children, you're teaching your children how to seek wisdom and how to be covered by wisdom. And that means covered with understanding. So when they at school, they know how to respond to other children that's doing craziness. They're not going to be the one following the masses to go do evil. They going that way to go, ooh, let's go look at this fight. Now I'm about to go home and meditate on some wisdom. My dad got me doing chores. My mom got me doing this. Nah, I'm dipping. Keep going for me.
Good. Verse 26, he shall set his children under her shelter and shall lodge under her branches.
Yep.
By her he shall be covered from heat, and in her glory shall he dwell.
You got to dwell in the glory of the wisdom. And this is part of the wisdom today. Stop hesitating. Whatever you got on your mind to go do that thing. But first, as they say, count the cost. Before you venture out, put a plan together. Once you got your plan together, go ahead and knock out one of the things that's on that plan and step by step, make your way to get it done. But put your plan together. I ain't going to tell you just jump out there and just go do, and be misdirected. You have no guidance in doing what you're doing. Put a plan together. Once your plan is together, go achieve that. And we got the plan. All you got to do is reach out to one of your brothers or sisters, because more than likely they're in the midst of doing it. All you got to do is reach out, holler at them, make time, and y'all get that thing settled and get it started. Come on, what we got? What we got? Come on, that's one of the big captains right there. The man with precepts on top of precepts. The man will tell you, you say, what you said, jump? Hold on, grab that scripture from right there.
The human Bible encyclopedia.
Yeah, that's the Bible encyclopedia right there. Now, and that's a brother right there. I'm gonna put him up again. This is one of the Captain Chiron. That brother there, he put his foot to the plow when it came to learning these scripts. So I can say that because I done witnessed it with my own eyes, how this brother will study and be, I ain't gonna say divisive. What word I want to use?
What?
With how he come at things with the scripts. Because he's gonna use the scripts, man, and he's gonna pinpoint what you're talking about and keep you locked in that square talking about that.
He'll contend for the faith.
Oh, yeah,
he's a contender for the faith,
yeah,
my boy. You don't want to trigger. Don't trigger him. Don't say nothing. Don't say nothing that's not of sound doctrine. He gonna make you contend for the faith, my boy. He gonna try you. He gonna put you through the smoke. You don't want the smoke. I'm telling you right now. You gonna look crazy. You gonna look crazy as hell.
Get the other script you had in Proverbs.
Good.
I think it's 6.
Yeah, Proverbs 6. You do not want to go against that, brother. You trigger. Don't say nothing triggering. Godless, everybody. Sing. You get cut up.
Time.
The kingdom for everybody. You getting cut up. No matter where it's at. It's on site. It's on site, man.
I don't watch the brother put in work. I'm like, well, you're going to deal with that craziness.
It's on site,
because the people come with some crazy doctrines.
But
he was sitting there for 3 hours
and
understand that no, you're wrong. I sat there, I left the chat, came back. I'm like, you still dealing with this dude? Okay, man. And I'm listening to it like, man, let me go ahead and say a few choice words. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I said, yeah, you ain't going to get it. If you want to keep dealing with him, you can. I left, came back an hour and a half later. Like, still damn, you still talking with this dude? Again. But again, he wants you to understand what's going on.
Right.
He don't want you out there lost like that. Them the type of laborers we all should try to strive to be. Because you got him, you got Amawan, you got Yuckanan, you feel me? You got the new brothers that's coming up, or Cole, good with some of the them scripts. You got Mars of War. We got a lot of brothers that's coming up in this truth. And it's not just here at the Light of Zion. You got the brothers at Sakari. You got brothers at the One West. I can even say it. with some of their wild doctrines, but it's still on point because they're going to contend for their faith. You got brothers at IUIC. You got a few at GOCC. You feel me? And brothers at GOCC got a lot of righteous music out there for you to listen to. So we don't have to listen to this wild music on the radio. We got brothers from every camp listening to that's producing righteous music for you to listen to. They might say Hashaya, however they say it. Yeah, but all they saying is I am that I am. So I understand where they're going with it, but at the end of the day, that's just my fit. It's righteous music at the end of the day. They know we got to keep these law, statutes, commandments. They know Hamashiach Yahushua is the black Messiah coming for the children of Israel. Hey, and that I digress on that, but let's get that to
this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 6 and verse 6.
Good.
I'll start at verse 4. Give not sleep to thine eyes, nor slumber to thine eyelids.
Yep.
Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter.
Deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter. A roe is like a deer. You getting up out of there.
Get up out of there.
Get up out of there. Do not deliver yourself to the hunter if you are a deer. Do not be Bambi, mother. But keep going.
And as a bird from the hand of the fowler.
Yep.
Go to the end. Go to the end. Thou sluggard.
Thou what?
Thou sluggard.
Uh-huh.
Consider her ways.
Yep.
And be wise.
And be what?
And be wise.
Be wise. Keep going.
Which having no guide, overseer or ruler, provideth her meat in the summer.
In the summertime, meaning in the right season, they're doing what they got to do. They don't put their plan together. They know food's growing. We know winter is coming. Let's stack up. Keep going.
And gather her food in the harvest.
Yep.
How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard?
Oh what?
O sluggard.
And that's what we cannot be. Sluggard. Wisdom tell us not to do this. So if we knocking on wisdom door, we hunting wisdom down, don't be a sluggard. Keep reading.
Come on. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep?
Yep.
Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a folding of the hands to sleep.
A little folding of the hands to sleep.
So shall thy poverty come as one that travaileth, and thy want as an armed man.
And that's the crazy part now. So shall thy poverty
Poverty
shall
come. That's what that hunter. That's what the metaphor of deliver thyself as a roe from the hand of the hunter. That hunter's poverty. He's basically saying, escape poverty, bro. You better get on it.
But that's the thing, because people have read that and then look at Revelations 2 and 9.
Mm-hmm.
But thou art rich. You feel me? It's not the same type.
Right.
You don't work, you don't eat.
Right.
Because a person that's not eating, you damn near impoverished. What's the word? Impoverished.
Yeah, it's impoverished.
I'm saying it right?
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, you
cool.
said it right. Impoverished.
So that part. But even though we think we have something, we really don't, because we're not in our rulership.
Right.
That's what 2 and 9 is talking about.
Right.
So we can't get caught up looking at the word poverty and think, oh, that's what it's. Oh, no, see, I can't be poverty and be poor and be no. The Most High. But again, some people minds will think that this is their rest. Right. If they get too much riches.
Right.
That's why a lot of us ain't gonna win that lottery that's sitting at 747 million. We ain't gonna get that. Because we get that. We ain't in the truth no more.
Listen, bro, that's why Yahushua, bro. That's why Yahushua said, what are the chances of a rich man getting into heaven? Yeah. Through the eye of a needle. Like, bro, it's very little, because once you have everything, it's like, what do I need? Most people forget about the Most High. Yeah. When a lot of people, some people really forget about the Most High when they up.
Hey, boy, I ain't gonna lie to you.
A lot of people forget about the Most High when they up. They start forgetting.
I'll be like Jonah on y'all. I'm hopping on the boat. I'm going to this land. The whale gonna have to come swallow me up to come back. God, go teach them. You got the money now. You don't have to worry about work. Right. So
a lot of people forget about the Most High. Like, they'll forget about the trials and tribulations that the Most High save them from. Yeah. And when they on top, they don't want to give. They don't want to be charitable with the money. They'll be greedy with it rather than feeding the people or establishing businesses amongst the Israelite community.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie, 747 million. You take that 30% off, I'm sitting on the cool 600 million. I'm gonna come back to the school and say, hey, y'all want to dip? We don't have to work no more. But what about the people? Hey, man, I don't know, man. We're gonna do classes from over here on this private island.
This man.
Hey, but all in all, funny games, man, funny games. But that's why some of us can't win that lottery,
right?
Because a lot of people would think like that. But the one young lady, she black sister, win a lottery, but yet your boyfriend want to go buy some kilos of coke. You want to help him buy the kilos of coke with the millions you got. Like, dude, we don't need to sell coke, but yet you want to be the big dope boy still. Come on, man. That's what the best thing you thought you could do with the money. Instead of buying an area with some apartments or building up an area with apartments and houses that move families in to where, okay, right, we getting there off the grid now.
Make the rent profit, make the rent reasonable enough where people can your still people can live there, still go out and work and still have money left over, but you still getting paid. And it's only that money's only recirculating back into the community. Now you building up playgrounds, you building up parks and fields and everything for Israel's sake.
Yep.
You making a hellish situation. You making a hellish situation a lot more easier to dwell in for by applying these things. But our people don't think like our people don't move or operate that way.
We still got to remember this is not
our rest. It's definitely
because some people will get that and get complacent.
Right.
And again, that's why it ain't meant for everybody to have. We saw one of the brothers, he was dealing in this truth for, I ain't going to bring him up. I'm not even going to bring him up because he had an opportunity, but it happened. But that's how the Most High saw fit to handle that situation. I'm not going to talk about it because I was about to bring it up, but I'm not going to discuss it.
Right. And
I'm not going to discuss it.
And what I was just thinking about this, about the Yahushua speaking about what is the chances of a rich man getting into heaven through an eye of a needle. I understand that you can be rich, but the most Israelites should ever want or need from the Most High is living comfortably where you don't have to want or need for anything. That's the key. Like that's one thing. Like you're comfortable where you don't want anything, you don't need anything. You perfect, like you in that perfect balance. You're not too rich and you're not too broke. You like right in the middle, like middle class. You right in the middle. You don't have to.
But that's the thing. But even with being in that middle class, you still get complacent damn near to where I don't want to need for nothing. But you lose that drive now in you to where what are your kids going to do?
I don't think so. Because you could teach your kid. I think you could definitely teach your kids to be like to still have that hunger, that dog. Like
this
dog.
And I'm gonna tell you, this is where the difference is gonna come in at. What we just discussed dealing with wisdom. We can say this now, and a person on the outside looking in will get complacent because they're not searching out the wisdom of the Most High like that.
True.
And that's going to be the key thing to where you want it, but then you're like, nah, I'm good. But then you got to understand you're going to need a little bit more because these summits come up, new moons come up, feast days come up. So right when you think you're complacent, you might need enough to have because a brother might need something.
True.
You feel me? But that brother also got to have that, I have to say it, that dog in him.
True.
To where you got to go get it. You got to have, it's almost like, as they say, at beast mode. But we're not wild beasts like that. But it's still about having that beast in you saying, you know, you got to go get it. You can't hesitate. And that's one thing. It's a drive that our community needs to where we can police ourselves. There's some videos I've been watching. It's all right, sis. You hear all praise for the Most High. But that drive and that need we need to have in our communities to where we can even police ourselves. That drive we got to have to go stand out on them blocks and teach our people. That drive to have the even, as these brothers do every week, get up and drive to Lee County to go teach the people in a whole different county. That's a drive you got to have in you. That dog you got to have in you to do that and be a light to the people saying, I can do it. You also can do it. If Christ can keep all the commandments, you too can keep all the commandments. Christ said, be perfect as your Father in heaven is perfect. Why we can't? That's that drive. That's the have say, yes, let's get that. I'm going to stop using the word have that dog in you. Because you forget the class I did on all dogs don't go to heaven. So you got to have that different type of
fire.
That fire in you. There you go. Fire. That light, the different kind of light in you.
Right.
Because that's another thing with changing up the way we speak. Because we stop saying, oh, let me piggyback off what you just said. We say, let me back off what.
Right.
Try to keep everything on the right side of the Most High, not the left hand. But discipline equals motivation. I'm gonna put that up. Let me go through the sister, and that brother said that discipline equals motivation. But is it motivation equals discipline at the same time? It's one how I want to say it.
What?
It's one together. It's one and all. You need one. You can't have one without the other one. You can't have one without.
They agree. They agree with one another.
Yeah, they agree with one another. There you go.
Right.
That's a good thing.
They on the same term.
Motivation and discipline. Because to have discipline, you got to be motivated. To be motivated, you got to have discipline to keep going in what you're doing. So we daring to round it up to the end. What, you got another precept?
Yeah, I'm looking for it though. Salah. I was looking for it.
Oh, give me Proverbs 4:23.
You said Proverbs 24 and 23?
No, 4 and 23.
4. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4 and verse 3. For I was my father's son.
Proverbs 4 and 23.
Oh. This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4.
What you was about to read?
4 and 3. For I, as my father's son, tender and only beloved in one sight of my mother.
Okay. I was about to say, like you was like going to some powerful. How you started that off, boy.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 4, verse 23. Keep thy heart with all diligence.
Keep thy heart with all diligence. We understand the heart is wicked continually, but keep your mind with all diligence. Keep your mind. Keep your righteous mind, because they out here trying to take your righteous mind. Keep going.
For out of it are the issues of life.
The what?
The issues of life.
If you keep your mind, you can go through this life and handle these issues. Because out of that, this is what we're dealing with. The issues of life.
Right.
Right now, we're out here, we live in this life. But in order to live this life, you got to keep your righteous mind. What you got?
I got a precept for that.
You got a precept for that?
Yeah, I'm about to get it right now.
Let's see what you bring. Don't bring me no buttercup.
No, because it was saying the issues of life, but we know through the scriptures we have peace.
Yeah.
Through peace through the scriptures, and I was going to get a precept on that real quick. For it. Okay. Take some time, I ain't gonna lie.
You know where it's at?
Yeah. It's on the back end.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why you have that Bible highlighted. I see as you turn and you gotta highlight it.
You gotta have multiple highlighted.
But all in all, family, we walking through this life. We gotta have the wisdom to walk through this life. So we're not walking through this life just all willy-nilly. Stop hesitating. Be motivated. Hopefully this class motivated you to get up, get out, and do something.
Got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I got
all
it.
right. Hold up. Hopefully this class can motivate you to be disciplined, to go do something and be disciplined at it. Hopefully, and this is what I'm striving for everybody to do, to get up and get their workout in. Get your heart rate up. If you're going to go walk, make sure you walking at a pace that your heart rate is up. You damn out of breath. You sweating and you profusely sweating a lot. You feel me? For my sisters, do some squats. Ain't nothing wrong with getting your squats in. Even for the men, get your squats in, because that the as they say, the blood is produced in your hip area, your thighs. This is where the blood is produced at. Believe it or not, it's in your heart. It pumps through your heart, but a lot of our blood comes through that area, your lower parts. That's why the testosterone and everything.
So that's why scripture say, "Gird thy loins."
Yeah. Believe it or not, man. Read that.
This is for the issues of life that we know, and when we keep the commandments, we have peace. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 119, 165. Great peace have they which love thy law.
What?
Great peace have they which love thy law,
Mm-hmm.
and nothing shall offend them.
Nothing can offend us if we in the law of the Most High Power. He's our power. He's not everybody's power. So understand that aspect. And again, the water for everybody logging in with us here at the Light of Zion as we dive into the Wednesday Wisdom class. Again, hopefully this motivated you to get up and get your minds right. What you got?
I just want to say this, just a little bit of motivation to all you brothers and sisters out there. Listen, don't have fear in getting things done that you want to get done. Remember that the Most High is on your side. As long as you keep in the law, statute, commandments, you can do whatever your mind is set on to do for the Most High, man. So don't give up. Don't get fearful. If you get it done, if you know you got the Most High on your back, pray to the Most High. He got your back and follow through with it because the Most High is on your side.
Don't listen to the naysayers.
Yeah, don't listen to the naysayers, man.
Because the naysayers in your circle might tell you you can't do it. But you also can't listen to the ones who want to see you do it, tell you to go do it because they want to see you fail.
Right.
Put your plan together.
Right.
I'm gonna see if I can get ASAP to do because he did a class dealing with putting a plan together. I'm gonna see if I can get them notes from him, or see if he can even come in and put that and hit y'all with that. But Shalom family, the water for logging in with us here at the Light of Zion. Might play this video one more time. One more time. Shalom.
Standing tall, looking good, just like an Israelite should. That's what's happening, family. It is that time again. Passover time. Passover in South Florida. I'm your Chief Minister Shalom for the Light of Zion, and I got with me the captain of captains, Captain One, but lawyer, but Yasharala, and we're cordially inviting all Hebrew Israelite born to celebrate the Lord's Passover with the Light of Zion, April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. April the 2nd, down in sunny Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Now, the exact venue is to be announced, but we want the family to get prepared to come down to South Florida, the Fort Lauderdale area, and enjoy the Passover with your brothers and sisters at the Light of Zion. The contact information is below on the screen. Call that number, email that address, and we will get the information, the details, the pricing, and everything to you right away. But we are hosting the Lord's Passover here in South Florida with the Light of Zion and all the families that are down here. Kwam Yasharala.